right, looks like we have everybody in. All right, good morning, ladies. Hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. I see we have some new faces in person. Welcome, Germonica. Welcome. We're not gonna say nothing. Hey. All right. All right. I see some absent faces. Miss Bella. And who else? Nevaeh. All right. I'm about to go ahead and put our link to our class Pear Deck in the chat. So once you see it, go ahead and open it so we can get our bell ringer or warm up started. Remember, our first question is a review question. So that's how you get your points on the scoreboard. So far, this is fourth period. Y'all are in second place. We actually are now tied with sixth period. So we want to go ahead and break that tie. Uh-oh, did I give y'all the right link? Let me double check. I did not. I'm sorry. I sent y'all the wrong link. I sent y'all the link to astronomy. My bad. So now I just posted the correct link, and that is to your class for fourth period. So go ahead and click on that one. All right, and here we have our very first warm-up. I remember we need 75% of the class to get the answer correct in order for us to get a point on the scoreboard behind me. Ladies online, of course, you are able to utilize your notes whenever we're doing a warm-up or a DOL. You just cannot use them on extended. Ladies in person, you are welcome to use your notes and the resources that is around the room. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to answer this question, and then I'm moving along. All right, so far at a minute remaining, I only have 11 responses. Up now I have 12. Let's go, ladies. All right, so we got 30 seconds left, and I only got 4 people who have yet to respond. Make sure your response is in Pear Deck and not in our chat. All right, 15 seconds. Let's go. Remember, this is how you get your participation points. That could be a free 100 or a free 0. Choice is yours. All right, 2 more people. All right, I'm going to lock the screens. All right, it says a mid-ocean ridge is located at the boundary of 2 tectonic plates. Which diagram correctly models the relative plate motion of each side of a mid-ocean ridge? All right, which one of these is the correct diagram that forms a mid-ocean ridge? All right, let's see. 17 people out of 22 said B. We had 3 to tell us C and 2 to answer B. All right, so Sophia, at answer choice number 1, what type of plate is being shown? For answer choice A, what plate is being shown? Is it convergent, divergent, or transform? All right, divergence when they're dividing. This one is not. Which one is this one? Talia. A. What plate boundary is that? Are they colliding, dividing, or sliding past each other? If I run into you while you're walking in a line, am I colliding into you or separating from you? All right, so what is a colliding plate called? A will be a convergent plate. All right. B, what type of plate is that? Kimberly. You need to use the anchor chart. It looks like it's going 2 separate ways. What type would that be? Convergent, divergent, or transform? Ariana, you want to help her out? Yes, for B. It's going to be divergent. Divergent is when they divide, they separate from each other. All right, whenever they separate, that middle part, that empty space is called a rift or a ridge. So the correct answer choice would have been B. If they are colliding with each other, that is going to be convergent. And that's where we get our mountains from. And if they transform, that means they're sliding right next to each other. And that gives us earthquakes. All right, so I had 75% to get it correct. So you do get a point on the board. And then here's your next question. It says a student notices that the moon is full one evening. What sequence of moon phases will the student observe over the next 8 days? You have 2 minutes. All right, we have 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining. And I still need 14 more people to respond. All right, we're at officially a minute, a little less than a minute. And let's see how many people we up. All right, 16, 17, all right. Utilize your brain dump strategy here. All right, we're at 30 seconds. We need 4 more, 3 more responses. All right, last two people. You got 10 seconds. All right, so if we have a full moon, what is the next phase that we're going to see after a full moon? All right, a waning gibbous, because it's going clockwise. What's going to be shown 3 days later after a waning gibbous? Our third quarter, our last quarter, and then after that, and then what do we go back to? A new moon. All right, so let's see what everybody chose. All right, 16 people chose A. We had 5 to choose B. All right, and we had 1 person to choose. Let me go back. C. All right, B would not be correct because it is not going into the first quarter. It is going into the third. Make sure when you're looking at your chart or your brain dump, you are going in a counterclockwise motion. All right, good deal. So today we will be describing and predicting the sequences of events in a lunar cycle. So by the end of this class period, you should be able to tell me or describe what moon phase will occur in the future. Yesterday and last week, we discussed the moon phases and how the moon takes approximately 1 month to go across, orbit around the Earth. So each quarter is about 1 week, 7 days. All right, so ladies in person, I have 2, 4, I have 7 people in person. I'm going to allow you guys to pick a partner to work with. At this time, you may exit Zoom and move to with your partner. Ladies online, I am going to put you in a breakout room. So what we're going to be doing is exploring and predicting the lunar cycle. So when you click on this link, it's going to take you to a Google form. In the description in the Google form is going to be a link to a simulation. You and your partner are going to play the simulations, move it around according to the questions, and then answer them. I'm going to give you 20 minutes in your breakout room. In the case that you and your partner finish early, I have a link at the bottom for an extra enrichment activity to kind of tie in predicting lunar phases. Really quickly, let's see. How many do I have? All right, I'm going to have 8 breakout rooms. Remember, in our breakout rooms, everybody's camera must be on. Somebody should be sharing a screen. If one person is sharing the screen, the other person should have their Google form opened up. So as y'all are looking at the simulation together and coming up with your answers, another person will type them. If you are not doing anything, your partner is going to let me know, and that's going to affect your grade. Do I have any questions before I put you in your breakout rooms? You're going to click on the link. You're going to share your screen with your partner. One person is going to have the screen, sharing the screen. Another person is going to be having the Google form up. Excuse me. You're going to go through all of the questions. Once you finish answering the questions, it's going to give you a grade. Once you get your grade, you're going to come back to the main session. And then you're going to click on the early finishers button until everybody is complete. All right, if you do not have any questions, you should see your breakout room assignment popping up now. All right, Jermonica, you may exit Zoom and get with a partner in class. Talia, I ask all in-person students to exit Zoom and get with a partner in class. All right, one group will have 3 people, and that's perfectly fine. Make sure you have your shields. Jermonica, sweetheart, you're gonna need your shield. It must be up at all times. And then you can sit on the opposite side of Talia. Kind of like how Pamela and Sophie are. Emily. I should see your face, sweetheart. Who is just sharing their screen? You are? All right, you can share your screen and have your camera on. All right, so Nevaeh, you have the Google form up and ready? I should be hearing y'all communicate with each other. Nevaeh will be reading out the first question. And Emily, you should be playing the simulation based on the question that she asked you. I'm going to come back in a few minutes, and I should be hearing you discussing. All right? All right, let's see what you ladies have going on. Day 17. All right, it's looking good so far. Miss Ruthie, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so based on your answers, we see a different phase every how many days?
About 2 to 3.
Right, 2 to 3. Abril, you agree?
Like 4 or 5 days each.
All right, so y'all both are right there. So it's 3 to 4 days. So mm, if I saw a new moon on June 1st, what date will I see a full moon? June what? Based on the answer choices that you just gave me. You said there's a new phase every 3 to 4 days.
Maybe around June 12th or June 12th to like maybe June 14th.
All right, so it will be June 14th. All right, because that's approximately 2 weeks. All right, good deal. All right, I am liking what I see. Good job, ladies. Keep it up. You have any questions? All righty. I'm not hearing much talking from this group. I see y'all are sharing the screen, but y'all need to be communicating with each other. All right, Deja, what have you found so far? I don't know what this is. I don't know if there's a peace sign or two questions. All right, you said your mic isn't working. So I guess you're on question number 2. I'm confused. All right, well, let me ask you, Senior. Are y'all on question 2? Is that what she's saying?
No, I already did some, but she's copying them on hers.
What is she copying?
So we were doing the questions on the Google form, and I did some of them, so she's just copying it on her Google form.
I don't like that you just copying. You're gonna need to actively know these things because when it's time for your assessment, it's not gonna be group work. All right,
No,
Miss Daisy.
no, she had told me some like I did some and she did some too.
Okay. All right. Do y'all have any questions?
No.
All right, I'm gonna let y'all keep working. All right, keep it up.
We don't get what we're supposed to do.
All right. So on your Google Classroom, on the link from Pear Deck, the first link is the simulation. Then underneath it is all the questions that you need to answer regarding the simulation. So question number 1, it asks you, let's say, how many days will it be before you see the first quarter? So you're going to run the simulation until you get to the first quarter. Once you get to the first quarter, you're going to pause it. And at the top, it's going to tell you how many days went by. All right. And then you're going to go through and answer all of them according to the simulation. So you can either, at the bottom, they have like the quick links. You can either press 1 hour. What does that look like? What phase is being shown? 1 day, what phase is being shown? 1 week, it'll show you the phase. and then it's going to show you, I'm going to say 2 weeks. You're going to go through and see every phase and how many days it takes to go from new moon to waxing crescent, from waxing crescent to first quarter. It's going to tell you all those things, and you're going to answer the questions accordingly. All right. So who was sharing their screen the very first time I popped into your breakout room?
Emily.
All right. So Emily, you had the simulation going.
Mm,
So Emily, I want you to share the screen with the simulation playing. All right. Great. All right, Nevaeh, I want you on your screen. I want you to put Zoom in the background, and I want you to have the Google form on your screen. It should be split between the simulation, or you could split it with Zoom and the Google form. You're going to read the question out loud with your partner, and then you're going to answer. Because you see, as it's going to each day, once you pause it, it's going to generate what phase it is on. All right, so Emily, can you hit pause on the simulation? All right, and then click show details. So it shows you that day 10 of the month, or since it was a new moon, it's on a waxing gibbous. I know one of the questions asks you what phase is being shown on day 17. So then you're going to play the simulation a little bit more until you get to day 17, and then you're going to read what phase is being shown.
I have the question.
Yes, ma'am.
It says, which side of is the sun on?
All right, so is it on the west side, south side, east side, or the north side?
On the west? No. Let me see.
It gives you a little legend at the very top in green. It says east, south, west. Or you can put, is it on the right side or the left side?
I think it's on the left side.
You think it's on the left side?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so can you read me the full question?
It says, which side is the sun on?
All right, so where does the sun, so you said the left side? So is that going to be east or west?
The left side, east?
Yes, ma'am.
The next one, the next question is, which moon phase occurs on day 4?
All
So
right.
day 4.
All right, so I'm gonna let you and Emily keep going. Just raise your hand if you have a question.
Okay.
All right, good job, ladies. So I'm looking at Lisbeth's ceiling and Estella's hair. Was I not when I popped in?
No, I mean I'm done.
So once you, so is the entire group finished?
Yeah, I mean we just all went through it.
All right. So how many days is in between each phase?
4 to 3 days.
All right, 3 to 4 days. How many weeks is it going to take me to go from a new moon to a full moon?
4 weeks.
You said 4 weeks
Moon to full moon, right?
from a new moon to a full moon.
4 weeks.
Oh, man. If it's 4 weeks, it's going back to a new moon. That's going new moon to new moon. That's 1 month. Estella, what you got? How many weeks will it take me to go from a new moon to a full moon?
2 weeks.
Estella? Lisbeth? Has Lisbeth answered any kind of question? Y'all can be honest, yay or nay. Y'all not gonna say none? You wanna send me a private message? All right, Stella, was your partner correct? Is it 2 weeks?
I mean I'll agree with her.
Tell me what you know. Don't just agree, she could be wrong.
Mm,
How about this? From a new moon to the first quarter is how many days? Because y'all told me that it's 3 to 4 days for each phase to be shown. So all right, so okay, let's backtrack a little bit more, Stella. So I got a new moon starting on June 1st. And the next phase is going to be a waxing crescent. How many days did it take for it to go from new moon to a waxing crescent? I don't know if you answered, you're on mute. Let's go.
Wait, say that again.
All right, so you got a new moon starting on June 1st. Waxing crescent. What date is that going to be? June what?
June.
Come on, you got it. Let's go. Y'all said at the very beginning that a phase happens every 3 to 4 days. So if you go from June 1st is a new moon. June what is going to be a waxing crescent because that's the next phase.
June 4th.
June 4th, great. All right, now the next phase is going to be the first quarter. What date is that going to be? June what?
7th.
June 7th. All right. So it takes from the new moon to the first quarter 7 days. So each quarter, there's 4, it's 7 days. So now, going from a new moon, so we now know that a new moon to the first quarter is 7 days. What is going to be from the first quarter to full moon? It's going to be another what? How many days?
So the 14th.
Yes. So it takes approximately 2 weeks to go from a new moon to a full moon. So first week, you're going from a new moon to the first quarter. The second week, you're going from the first quarter to a full moon. So that entire time, for the top half, is 2 weeks. Then it's going to take you another 2 weeks to go back to the starting point, because it takes the moon 1 month, 4 weeks to rotate. There's 4 quarters, there's 1 week for each. All right, I want y'all to go ahead and get finished. Any questions? All right. Ladies in person, all right, it's about time for us to go. If you did not get finished, you and your partner might need to, share the document, because it's going to be due tonight by midnight. All right, ladies virtual, if you and your group members did not get finished, you have until midnight tonight to turn in this assignment. If you do not have each other's numbers, you can go ahead and share the, well, not share the document, but take a screenshot of it, and then y'all can communicate with each other via Google Classroom. Do I have any questions? Remember, this needs to be turned in tonight. I should see on Google Forms that you turned it in on time. You'll automatically get partial credit if it is late. Partial credit means 20 points off. All right, no questions. I'll see you guys later.